Hey everybody, it's Carlisa here, and I'm coming at you today from St. Simons Island, Georgia. I am all about that beach life, and going to the beach is a great way to, blow off some steam during the pandemic because you can safely distance yourself from other people. And of course, wear masks if you're in common areas and whatnot, and use that hand sanitizer. But anyways, St. Simons Island is a bit of a hidden gem because not a lot of people have heard of it. So I thought you guys might be interested in seeing some pics from my little journey to St. Simons Island. So enjoy those while we talk today about getting that dream duty assignment. I had a subscriber ask me if I would cover this topic. I'm always happy to cover topics that you all are interested in. If I'm knowledgeable on the subject, I'm happy to do a video so that you guys can be knowledgeable on the subject. So keep those requests coming. Make sure you give me a like, make sure you subscribe, and get notified of brand new videos. I put up a video every single Wednesday. All right, so let's get right into it. How do you get your dream duty assignments? I know a lot of you out there are hoping to be stationed overseas, so I wanted to give you guys a list of tips that'll help you get your number one preference. So first off, you need to think about your MOS or your AFSC if you're going into the Army, because of course certain MOSs are more popular at certain bases, and the same is true for AFSCs. For instance, if you are an aircraft mechanic and you are specifically trained to work on the KC-135, well, guess what? You're going to be stationed at bases that are assigned the KC-135. So the first thing you need to do is you need to research your MOS or your AFSC and decide where those personnel are getting stationed the most. And another thing you can do is while you're at AIT or if you're at tech school, once you get your first duty assignment, you can always see if you can actually swap with someone in your class. Of course, if you're in AIT together or you're in tech school together, your MOS or your AFSCs are the same. So it might be that, Joe Smo is getting stationed at Lakenheath Air Force Base in the London, England area, and you would love to go there. Well, it doesn't hurt to ask if you guys can swap. So that's one way to get an overseas duty station if that's what you want. Or let's say you want to be stationed stateside and someone gets Hawaii, for instance, like Schofield Barracks, and you want to get stationed there. Another thing is when you fill out your dream sheet, if you want to list, all overseas locations, it's okay to do that, especially if you're in the Air Force. Now, sometimes the Army will actually ask you to do CONUS and OCONUS preferences. But list as many overseas locations as you possibly can if you want to be stationed overseas. So just go straight down that list on that dream sheet and just pick all the bases that are overseas. Another thing you can do is do a TDY. Now, TDY is a temporary duty assignment. So this isn't going to be, a 3-year or 4-year long assignment. However, there are some TDYs out there, that are more than just a couple weeks long. So that's always a possibility and a great way to experience a station overseas. So again, when you're filling out that dream sheet, list all overseas locations if that's what you want to do. And also make sure you understand where your MOS or your AFSC is likely to be stationed. And then another thing, like I said earlier, if you're in AIT or tech school and one of your colleagues gets a duty station that you want, hey, they might want the duty station that you got. So it doesn't hurt to see if you guys can swap out. Again, it doesn't hurt to ask. And then, like I said earlier, the TDY is always an option as well. And I have talked to several people who have been stationed, in Hawaii. I've talked to people who were stationed in South Korea, in Germany. My brother-in-law was actually stationed in Okinawa, Japan for a while, and I have friends that were also stationed there. So I would, based on what I've been told, I would highly recommend doing an overseas station at least one time during your career. And then, of course, people ask, if their family can go with them. Now, this is actually easier in the Air Force than it is in the Army. The Air Force tends to, put more focus on, family life and just overall quality of life. But that's not to say that you can't, take your family with you if you're in the Army. It's just a little bit more difficult because the Air Force just seems to be more open, to these types of requests. So definitely if you have a family, keep in mind that, there's no guarantee that your family will go with you. However, it is a possibility. So if you're looking to get, stationed overseas and you have a family and you want them to go with you, make sure you're, getting all the information needed in terms of figuring out if your family can go, with you. And if you have any, more specific questions about, how to get that, dream duty assignment, feel free to, drop the questions below. Like and subscribe, guys. And I'm going to be back at you next Wednesday with another video all about that military lifestyle. And keep the requests coming. Like I said, I had a subscriber ask me to cover this particular topic. So I am definitely happy to take requests and to do videos. If it's a topic that, I'm knowledgeable on, I'm happy to do a video so that you guys can be knowledgeable on the topic as well.